Hello there, this is Brian, and welcome to an episode of Product Reviews.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Product Reviews. In this review, I will be looking at the backpacks I take with me on my outdoor adventures. So these two backpacks, the first is a 40-liter mountaintop backpack, which I use for my day hikes, and the other is a 70-liter backpack, which I use for overnight backpacking adventures. So before we get started, if you want to take a moment and click that like button and subscribe for future content, it really does help out the channel. So without any further ado, let's get started and get the show going.
This first one here is the Mountaintop 40-liter backpack. You can see this in the Amazon description here. And I really like this backpack. I did a lot of research. I've had a lot of backpacks in the past. And what I like about this is this backpack itself is ultra lightweight. There's not a lot of weight to this, and it really lets you carry quite a bit. So let's go ahead and tear this guy apart. I use this on most of my hikes, if you see me in my videos hiking. To start with, I usually put my poles on the side here. Sometimes I'll bring one, sometimes I'll bring two. What I like about this is a good way to hold this. You can tie these up using this bungee cord here, and this has so many different cords. I usually wrap it around here. This is an older style hiking pole, which I'm going to do a pole review later down the road. And on this side over here, what we have is one of my newer poles. These are both from Alifent. And I actually do have a new pole that I am working through now, which, like I said, I'm going to do a pole review later, but this one is just in the backpack. So you can see this is a 35 plus 5 liter. And the reason that's the distinction is you have 35 liters in here, and then there's also 5 liters inside for your water. So let's kind of just break through what we have here. So we took the poles off. We have these loops here that can tie up poles or anything else that's going to have up and down. Obviously, all these accessories, I've added this to these carabiners. I just like to have carabiners in my pack. I find they're pretty handy. Maverick's bowl, I usually will tie in the back here. Let him get something to drink as we go. On the side here, these side holders are really good for holding water. In this case, I have my Life Pro water, which again, I love carabiners. Go ahead and tie that up there so it doesn't come loose. Over here, I'll stick a variety of different things. This includes hiking gloves or, gosh, whatever else I need that, I've never lost anything out of here, but I'm not going to put anything too expensive or valuable in there, obviously, because, it's not strapped down. And when we go into here, there's this hook down here. There is, on the bottom here, rarely use it. There's a poncho that I can pull out to cover this up over top in case it does start raining. This is not really waterproof, but if you put the rain pouch over top, it'll keep it that way. That being said, I find even in light rain, my stuff inside here doesn't get too wet as it is. So if we actually go into the storage, and we can kind of delve into what I have here. And again, this is my light pack. This is what I usually use. I'm just going on a basic hike. So I'll carry things like a tick remover for Maverick or myself. Inside here, I'm going to add any type of quick accessories. Sometimes I'll put in things like, here's a neck warmer, some extra gloves. This is a GoPro floating mount. What else do we got in here? Little air horn. I love air horns, taking air horns in case you do fall, get injured, and maybe you are not in a position to yell or scream. These things are practically deafening. I actually set this out once in a hotel, testing it, and I actually lost my hearing for about 30 seconds. Another little GoPro mount, some extra shoelaces. I actually usually have some rope in here too, but I just recently pulled that out. Extra gloves. There's a GoPro battery that kind of got lost by the wayside there. So anything that I need, here's a little first aid kit. I always keep a first aid kit in here. Things like bandages, instant suture wounds, cauterizer, and anything I'm going to need. Obviously, basic things like ibuprofen, aspirin, and whatnot. So that's the basics of here. And anything I need to quickly access, I'm going to put inside of here. So in the next section here is where I put my stuff that I go on with occasion. If I'm hiking in bear country, I'm going to bring some bear spray, which I've never actually used, thank goodness, but at least I do have it. An extra hat I have in here at the moment, and you have this nice little pouch in here too, which is kind of nice. So it gives you some extra areas you can do there. Inside here, I normally don't carry a bladder. I'll usually carry my Life water with me, or sometimes I'll just carry some bottles of water because they'll keep colder a little bit. And I'll usually actually stick them inside here. You can actually see there's a water bottle in there right now. This could also hold like a laptop or anything else you need to put in there. Got more gloves, quite a bit of room. What's this? Some type of little tie. This also is where you would put the bladder too. So the bladder would go in here, and then there is a little hole slot that you would stick your drinking water out of through there. Overall, I find this backpack extremely comfortable, which is probably one of the best things you can say about a backpack. So let's disconnect some of this stuff here so we can take a better look at the pack itself. If we take everything apart, get that bear spray off the side. Oop, got a little ball down there, did you, Merlin? It's my cat down there. All right, so when we look inside here, we already talked about the storage. It's really quite a bit of storage, and this does clamp up. You do have this, and you can cinch this out if you need to. You just pull on this, and this is going to draw it in tighter to get it as tight as you need in case you need to do that, which is pretty awesome. Padding on the inside. This padding really works really well. Even though it's a basic padding up and down, I find this gives me quite a bit of support. It has the bottom ties around your waist to give you extra support on the bottom. And I love this right here. This is actually a lot of times when I go hiking, I'll stick my car keys in here and go ahead and tie them up. So that way, if I have my backpack, I know that I have my keys. So it's not waterproof, as you can see, but just usually where I put it. And nice thing about this, where this is once I put my backpack on, I can open this up after I lock my car and start walking away. And up here, we have lots of ties up here for things like sunglasses and lots of other stuff. You can see that these are adjustable. So if you need to adjust this, you can do that as well. A nice little tie back here. This is the tie, I usually use that for just hanging on a wall when I'm not using it. And that's the basic of my pack. I love this thing. I looked at a lot of different packs. If you look at the reviews on this are very high. And what they talk about is this pack itself weighs next to nothing. It's an extremely light pack, and it's good for day hiking. And it gives you everything you need. It comes in a wide variety of colors, anywhere from things that are black to, obviously, this one is a maroon. You can get fluorescent as well, too, if that's needed where you're normally hiking. So, fine, this is a great pack. Now, if I'm going for a longer adventure, what I'm usually going to do instead is take my backpacking pack. And again, that's another Mountaintop brand. I ultimately decided to go with this guy here. And this is actually what I used when I was on the Presidential Traverse. So, as you can see, this is my two-person tent. This is what Maverick and I will sleep in when we're out backpacking. And again, we use this out on the Presidential Traverse. In here, this is a nice compartment where you can keep your sleeping bag, which I have in here. I try to keep a pretty light sleeping bag. The thing, especially when you're backpacking, is, you quickly learn that the more you carry, the more it slows you down. So you want to go as light as possible. So this is a very light sleeping bag. It's a very light tent. And it sets up pretty quickly, actually, too. And there are so many different tie downs. You can take this all apart, reconfigure this, which again is a really good hallmark of a backpack. You can see you can tighten this up as tight as you need it or as loose as you need it. This holds 70 liters total. When you open this up, you can stick most of your stuff right in there, and it does fall through. It has a frame in the back here too, which anytime you start getting up something heavier, that's handy. What else is nice too is you can see that this back here is adjustable depending on your size. So a lot of times the backpacks, it's one size fits all. This one actually you can adjust to specific people on what you're more comfortable with. So it's overall it's a good pack. Once again, just like the other one, it has pouch on the side here, pouch there. It has a waterproof liner in case you need to put it over top during a heavy rain, which again, I've not really had to use too much. Inside here, you can see there's quite a bit of room. You can pack little things in here. This is kind of like the quick access pack. Then you open this up and get into your main stuff. And here I'll carry things like food and supplies and whatnot when I'm out going through my runs, my backpacking runs. Overall, this is a good pack. You know, I would give this one probably a 4 out of 5. There are some things, you know, I think they could improve on. One thing that I do not like is the way that this seals up. It takes a little bit of work to get it going. Never really had an issue with it, but, you know, I just wish it was a little bit better there. This one right here, gosh, I'd probably give this at a 5 out of 5. I just love this pack as a day pack. And you could probably get away with maybe a light overnight trip with this as well, too. But realistically, you're going to have to go to something larger if you're going to backpack. But if it's just a day hike throughout the day, this thing works fantastic. So if you have any questions or you have any other tips on other packs that people might be interested in, please leave that in the comments below. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos, and I really also enjoy sharing what I do as far as hiking and outdoor adventures. I think it's a great pastime for a lot of people, and great thing too about hiking is that, you know, it's on you. It's not like you're out competing, so you can go at your own pace, and it's something that pretty much anybody can do. So once again, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next adventure.